I feel like all right. I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a more informal coaching webinar, but we did give you guys, like, I'm so excited we got to run that group together while we were at our retreat in Destin. But let me just kick off with, I am Rachel Mitchell. I have been a coach since August of 2014. So a little over 7 years. That feels so odd to say, but it is very true. And it has just been an awesome, awesome ride with Jesus and in this health and fitness journey. So, but I love what I do. I started as just a very part-time hobby coach. Actually, I'm not going to tell my story yet. I'm not even going to get into that yet. I will take time for that later because I know Alyssa's going to share hers first. But we welcome you to this call to learn more about what we do as coaches. Very excited for you to hear from myself and Kimberly and Alyssa. Some of the other coaches that wanted to speak tonight had family issues come up, and we totally get that. So you will hear from them at a later time. But I'm going to let Alyssa kick off with her story, just her coaching story, how she got started, and a couple of things that she wanted to share with you guys from this weekend, from our retreat. Let me just say before she gets started, what you saw us do this last weekend, our retreat, it was our leadership retreat. This was a very special, a unique event where coaches had to qualify to be there. So everybody that you saw on that retreat is actually a working coach who is working their business and has goals to grow and serve more people. So we have a lot of different events throughout the year, but that was one that they had to earn. And it was just so cool to be there with women who have this vision, this passion, this mission for serving other people in health and fitness and sharing the love of Christ. And so that's what that was all about. But I'm going to let Alyssa tell you about herself and about this weekend, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so I'll just tell a little bit about myself, and then I'll tell you about my coach story. And then, yeah, like Rach said, I'll share a couple of my takeaways from this weekend. I could go on, and I could probably talk this entire call about our weekend, but we don't have time for that. My name is Alyssa Amland, and I am from Minnesota. I signed up as a discount coach back in December of, it would be 4 years. So 2018, 2019, whatever that puts us, 2019, I think is what it is. And I had no intentions of coaching. I told Rach right away from the get-go, like I literally just signed up because I wanted to get the discounts on all of like the products that I wanted to use. I knew I was going to drink the shake. So I wanted to make sure that going forward, I wasn't going to have to pay full price for it. So I just said, sign me up as a discount coach. Don't ask me to coach. I just need to focus on my health goals. So I jumped into her boot camp and I just did all the things that she told me to do. I showed up, I logged my workouts, I, drank my shake every day. I logged my shake. I took the sweaty selfies. Really didn't want to do it, but I saw all the other girls doing it. And I just did all the things that she told me to do. And within like a few weeks of and I wasn't even really focusing on my nutrition 100%, but I was showing up and doing the workouts. So after just a few weeks of that movement of 20 minutes a day, I was starting to feel better. And I couldn't deny the fact, if you can hear my dog, I am so sorry. She's going crazy. Like my family is getting home and she's going nuts. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so after just a few weeks of doing all the things, I started to feel better. And I started to do more even in the group. I could just feel myself feeling led to share encouragement, and just sharing with the other girls in the group and being active in that group was leading me to feel a tug at my heart of okay, now I felt like God was really pushing me. And so I started getting more involved in the group and sharing. And then all of a sudden, naturally, I just started sharing on my social media page. Still wasn't coaching, mind you, but I was sharing, and I was wanting to just encourage other women to just take care of themselves because I felt so much better. And then it was when I finished my program, my 6-week program that I had done with her, instantly I started to feel okay, I want to invite women onto this journey to do the same thing. I want them to feel better. I want them to feel the way I did. And I wanted to get more disciplined with my goals. I wanted to focus on my nutrition more. I wanted to really go all in. And that's when I told Rach, okay, I don't know that I'm ready to lead this business, but I'm ready to invite people and share like how I felt. And I started very, very slow, like very slow. And even like I work full time, a full time job where I'm working 40, 45, sometimes 50 hours a week. So I really didn't think that I had the time to make it happen. But the inviting people into the challenge group where I knew that they would get the best out of it was how I knew that I could serve them best, because I love the challenge groups. That's my favorite part about coaching, because that's where you get like the community. And I needed that, because even though I go to a job every day, like I needed to be surrounded around other women that wanted the same things out of their life. Like I'm not always surrounded around people in my job that want to live a healthy life. So it felt right. And for like a few years, I let it kind of as a hobby, like kind of did the things, but not to the point of where this year something clicked. And my team has been so supportive. Like these girls are amazing. And I just feel so led to build this business because I know what's possible. And I'm just so ready to show my family what this can do for us. And it's going to be amazing. And that's why like going on these retreats, that's what it does. Like we all come together and we share our visions. And it was really diving into our visions is like probably my biggest takeaway from this weekend, is really getting clarity and being able to see like, what do I really want? Because you can say something very minimal, like, I want to get out of debt. Like, but until you dig deep and tell like, why do you want to get out of debt? Like, what is that going to do for your family? And for me, it's like bringing my husband home from a job that makes me very nervous about, like, he plows snow in the winter time and I worry about his safety, and I want to bring him home. I want to be able to, help with the income, so then he doesn't feel like he needs to do a job that scares me to death when he leaves in the middle of the night. And like, I want to help take care of him because he's been taking such good care of us for all these years and working so hard. And then I think probably the second one is just getting disciplined and seeing what that's like with my business. And the word that came up, like we were encouraged to think of a word to encourage us in our business. And I've heard other people say it, but it just keeps repeating in my head about being intentional. And one, being intentional with my business, but being intentional with how I'm spending the time that God is giving me every day. And I've been wasting a lot of time, like even working full time and like I'm busy, but there's a lot of time in my day where I am seriously wasting time. Like I'm wasting time on social media. I'm not being intentional. It's taking away from the value of my life that God has given me. And so the girls help me like see that vision and clarity. And it's been a huge eye opener, and I'm so blessed. And I could go on and on, but I won't.
That's awesome. You have a dog and a family to take care of, but your story is amazing. And you have to follow Alyssa. If you don't follow Alyssa, you have to follow her. She will light your fire in every way. Thank you, Alyssa. That's awesome. You're frozen. So if you have something else to say, you can type it in the chat bar. Okay, Kimberly, you're up.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Kimberly Davis. I am from Kentucky. I'm married to my husband, Eric. We have 3 kids, Owen, Anna, and Ellis. And I started coaching in October 2019. So just over 2 years. I had done Beachbody workouts before, but the summer of 2019, God was really working in my heart. I had started spending consistent time in his word, and I just felt him stirring me and preparing me for something. And kind of like Alyssa said, I just felt this desire, this urge to share my struggles, to share my story with other women. And honestly, I didn't really know what that looked like. I kind of like made a list of some different possibilities. But the one thing that just like kept coming back to the forefront of my mind was coaching. And I didn't want to say yes, because at the time I was about 15 pounds heavier than I had ever been, that I wanted to be. I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and overwhelm, and honestly, just didn't feel like I could lead anybody as a health and fitness coach. Like, who's going to want to follow me when I can't even like get myself under control? And I kind of ignored it for a little while, but it just kept coming back and coming back. And so I remember like reaching out to Rachel, and like she had just popped into my newsfeed on Instagram one day and just started like asking her like all the questions, like all the things. And it was, like a call like this where I could have gotten on and asked these questions, but we just did it in on Instagram, and she was patient and kind and answered all my questions and like told me she was praying for me. And I remember we took the weekend and I prayed about it and talked to my husband about it. And I knew I couldn't say no. Like I had to say yes. And I was scared to death. But I knew that committing to sharing my journey publicly would help me be more accountable to my own health and fitness goals. And I just felt this call to share. And so I signed up, I had plugged into our new coach mentorship, and I did the things that Rachel and the other coaches taught us to do. And like, this has been, I was telling them this weekend, like the last 2 years have been like the biggest period of growth as a believer, like in my faith, and just as a person that I have experienced like my whole life. And so it's been a really incredible journey, and I'm glad you guys are here to learn more, and I'm excited to share with you guys. So my biggest takeaway from this weekend is just, I don't know. I have so many. It was such a good weekend, but I'm just, these retreats always just remind me of our community. And like, yes, we're talking to each other every single day on Messenger or through text, or we do Zoom calls, but like that in-person community is just something that I longed for so long. I have close friends that I've grown up with, but I don't know. There's just something about being connected over the same things and being connected with like-minded women who have similar goals and similar drives that just inspires you. And so that is it's just incredible to be a part of that. And for me, I love coaching. I love what we do, but I feel like God is pulling me even deeper, like in my own journey. And I'm a little nervous about that. And I was talking to Eric about it and just talking about some things that I feel like we need to change for our family as far as like nutrition goes and things like that. And I just feel like that's something that I'm going to be digging into, but I also feel like I'm going to need to be sharing that to hold myself accountable, but also because I know if I'm struggling with that, there are other women out there. And that's just the best part about coaching, is that like God has a purpose for us in this. And I always think of the verse, I forget where it is in the Bible, but just like we go through sufferings and we go through trials so that we can help other people that are going through the same thing. And so coaching for me has really helped me to know who I am, to learn about the purpose God has for me, and to know that He has women that He wants to use my story to encourage and to help as well.
Oh man, I get excited like hearing that, because I see that it's really and truly God at work in you. We talked about this one-on-one a little bit, but I never want, like we don't ever want anybody to do what we're doing just because we're doing it. Yes, we want to lead the way. Yes, we want to be an example, a godly example, but we talked about this a lot this weekend about Holy Spirit conviction, right? About that, like I'm giving up sugar and alcohol for a whole year. Lord, today was a test. I'm telling you, today was a test, but I am doing that because really and truly I felt led there by the Lord. And I don't want anybody to think they have to do that because I'm doing that or anything like that. But this weekend was just so, I know it sounds so like churchy, but it was so spiritual. I didn't even plan to share this, but like, it was just every single one of us shared something that was probably very vulnerable for us to share. And we did not go into this weekend planning to do that, but like, bless Alyssa, she started it, led the way by sharing her story very personally. And it just opened the door for a lot of us to share, and not only just to share, which is awesome, but it opened the door for each of us to encourage one another in the word, like in the word. I've never had a job where you stand around and you talk about Jesus and and you get excited about what you do because everybody loves Jesus. Like, honestly, I've just never had that. And so that was really, really awesome this weekend. And so it was almost like a spiritual retreat. Like, honestly, that's just kind of like what keeps coming to my mind. But we were there because we're all working the same business. So that was very cool. But I will tell you my story very quickly. I've been a coach, like I said, for 7 years now, over 7 years now. And I started Beachbody all on my own. Like, I was a tired mom of 2 little boys. I was 33. I had never really struggled with losing weight, but I found myself after having them and nursing them, with a different body, really. And also with some habits I had picked up while pregnant and nursing that didn't serve me well, right? I could burn all the calories because I had all this milk production and it was just insane. So I ate. And then when that was over, I found myself gaining weight. I found myself, my PMDD was so much worse. That's just extreme PMS. My cholesterol was through the roof again. And so I looked pretty healthy from the outside, but inside I was not. And my relationships were suffering, especially with my husband, because of my hormones and just because I was not comfortable in my own skin. And I wanted to do better. I didn't want a quick fix. I wanted something that I could do and be a good example to my children. I wish I could say that I wanted to honor God with my family at that point, but really I just wanted to drop like 5 or 10 pounds, right? And probably go back to what I was doing before. But because really and truly, I'd never brought that into my food and my fitness. I'd never thought about, what does God say about this? Do I want to invite him in? It just wasn't part of that for me, until it was a struggle, until I had to turn it over to him. And, I bought the book Made to Crave. That's like Lisa Turkish is one of my heroes. And I read that book over and over and over. And eventually I found my coach, and eventually she asked me to be a coach. And eventually I said on a call like this, and I said, no, I don't want to. But it was just this tug in my belly. It was this tug that I just could not deny. And I was a believer. I am a believer. And I remember telling my husband, I'm almost afraid not to do this because I'm afraid that not doing it would put me outside of God's will, because it just kept coming back. And he was very encouraging, great husband. He was like, you're doing the workouts, you feel great, you look amazing. Why not just try it? Right. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. And so much like Kimberly, I joined my new coach training, did what my coach told me to do. I started to share my story, talk about my workouts. We didn't have stories and reels and all those things back then. It was just posting a lot on social media, and started to share what I was eating and share my transformation and invite people to my coaches challenge group. That's what I did as a brand new coach. And that's what we teach you guys to do when you join our team. But I also started to share what God was doing in my heart. I started to share quotes from Made to Crave. I started to share scripture from the studies I was doing. I started to share quotes from my personal development that my coach had me doing that I thought was crazy. But what happened was that people were watching, people were paying attention. People started to message me. People I didn't even know were watching started to message me and be like, Rachel, I keep waiting for your workout selfie this morning. Where are you? I got up and I got off the couch because I knew you were going to post. And I was like, what? People are really watching this. And so it gave me opportunities to tell people what I was doing, but also to invite them into what I was doing. And so I quickly realized, I think my first check was like $73. Team Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. It is all dependent on your work and what you put into your business. We have to say that. But I started to see that there was a potential to earn money, and we needed money. We needed money. I was a teacher. I was a counselor. We did not put together. We didn't make $100,000 a year, and we had a lot of debt, and we had 2 kids in school or daycare. Right. And so we definitely needed the money. So I realized that if I could work, get up a little bit earlier, work on my lunch break, work after my kids went to bed, I could actually build this business. Right. And so it did. It started to grow, and I started to help people, and I started to find people who wanted to coach with me. And that's what this last 7 years have been. It's been very much like Kimberly said, it's been very much one of the biggest areas of growth in my spiritual life, second only to motherhood. And never saw it coming, Didn't see this opportunity coming. I didn't see Alyssa coming. I didn't see Kimberly coming. I didn't see anything coming. God's funny like that. Like he's so cool like that. And he has just continued to make a way, and sometimes where there seemed to be no way, to build this business. And so this is not a prosperity gospel. This is not us telling you you can sign up and be rich and all these things. It definitely takes work. And that's one of the questions. I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys. One of the questions that we get asked a lot is, what do you actually do? Right? Which is a very good question. And so this, I like, we made this slide for you guys, to really show you, like, at the basic level of coaching, this is what we do. We work out, we drink our Shakeology or whatever supplements you like from Beachbody. We make meal plans, follow the nutrition plan. I'm sorry, I'm really raspy. I can't talk. And then we share our journey on social media. So we're not just posting on social media to post. We're actually doing the work for ourselves. We're investing in ourselves, in our faith, first and foremost, in our workouts, in our nutrition. And we are sharing that on social media. Hold on, somebody wants to get in. And I can't do it. Okay, that's Shannon. And so then when we do that, we actually invite people to do it with us. Okay. And so it is that outwardly you see us posting, you see us sharing, but behind the scenes, one of the things that we do every day is, when you become a new coach, we're going to challenge you to make a list of people that you know, like, and love. We call that like your dirt list. And we're going to start to actually help you invite them to our challenge groups, invite them to try the workouts and the shakes and the things that we're doing already. And you can bring them into our accountability groups. And after the first few months, we're going to help you start your own. So you're not going to be thrown in over your head, not knowing what to do. We are there for you every step of the way. Our new coach training is amazing and it works. And it is just something that, it's how I learned to build a business, and we'll teach you too. So every day we also follow up with people that we invite. You know, you may invite Sally and she's busy and she doesn't message you back, or she has questions and you've got to follow up and say, hey, what do you think? Can I answer your questions? Right? So we invite people every day, but we're also following up with the people every day and getting them started. A lot of people tell me no. When I invite people to a challenge group, there are a lot of people that tell me no. When I invite people to learn about coaching, there are a lot of people that tell me no. But one of the things that I think sets our team apart is that we serve those people anyways. We don't just, they say no and we just brush them off and like move on to the next people. We love to serve people in this business. We serve people publicly through what we share in our social media content. We serve people by giving away free meal plans and free workouts. I've got to send a free workout to a girl tonight. And we still serve people. But when people join our groups, that's where we get to really serve them on a deeper level. And it is so life-giving to serve people through these challenge groups and watch them get their own goals and watch them break their own strongholds and watch them and teach them and model that example of inviting Christ in. And so every single day, those are the basic things of what we do: take care of ourselves, post on social media, invite people to join us, serve them in our challenge groups, and follow up with people that we have invited. It's legit wash, rinse, repeat. And so for me, this is what a typical workday looked like for me whenever I was a new coach, because I did work full-time as a college history instructor. And so I did have two small kids, and I had to plan my day around that. Like I said, I started to get up earlier. I would get up earlier to do my workout. After my workout, I would add followers, connect with my followers, and check into my challenge groups. At lunchtime, I would use that hour to invite people to my group, to answer any messages that were in my inbox and add some stories and connect with people who are watching my stories. In the afternoon, I would plan content for the next day. On my drive home, I would send voice memos to check in with my coaches or my challengers. And I would either listen to on my ride or read personal development before I got in the car, or maybe just pull over. And before I picked my kids up from school, I would read 10 minutes of personal development. And then before bed, after my kids were asleep, I would use that time to check in with my challengers, to respond to messages, to catch up on any training calls, and to check for women who had signed up and get them started and answer messages for my team. So that's how I made it work in the beginning. One of the things that a lot of people ask us are, how do you earn? How do you earn as a coach? And that is very simple. We earn in three ways. We earn by selling products to customers. When a person signs up with you, if they buy a challenge pack, you earn about $50, $60. It's a higher percentage on that sale. But if they just go to their Team Beachbody site and you're their coach and they order Energize, you earn 25% of what they purchase. Okay. So we do earn through commissions, which is great. And then as you advance in rank, once you have 2 people in your organization that are either signed up as a preferred customer for the discount or as a coach, you actually start to earn cycle bonuses based on the volume generated from your team. So as you grow, as my team has grown, as Kimberly's team has grown, we have all started to earn more and more in team cycle bonuses. So there is a lot. We are a multi-level marketing company. Not ashamed to say that. I'm very proud of that because we don't grow, we don't advance, we don't earn more unless we help other people do the same. So it's very much an integrity-based business. The third way that we earn is through what we call Star Diamond bonus pools. So basically all of the coaches in Team Beachbody who are earning money, they pool that total together. And every quarter, if you are at a certain rank, Star Diamond or above, or 2-star Diamond or above, you actually get a percentage of that pool of money. And it's very nice, I will tell you. So, as your team grows, as you grow in leadership, just the opportunity to grow continues to go. Okay. And so, Kimberly, do you want to share about how the options to sign up?
Yeah. Okay. So how you can join, these are 3 different ways that you can start your journey. The first choice is a customer, which a lot of you may already be our customers. And we see you showing up at our challenge groups and doing the work, taking care of yourself. And that's why we invited you guys here. And so with this option, you get the access to the workouts and the nutrition resources. You may have been looking for accountability and that comes into play with our challenge groups. If you do continue to use any supplements, the Shakeology or Energize, you pay the full retail price. And then you can skip or cancel product at any time. You guys are never locked in to continuing your supplements. We hope that you guys would love them as much as we do. They have obviously done a lot for each of us as we continue to use them. We, like Rachel said, are a very integrity-based business, and we would never ever ask you guys or our customers to do anything or use anything that we are not willing to use ourselves. The second option to sign up is as a preferred customer. This is a fairly new option, but this is for the customer that loves the products, that loves the new program launches, all those things, and want to save a little bit of money on those products. And so there's no additional sign up costs when you sign up this way. It's the same price as a regular customer. You're committed to the groups and programs as a lifestyle. With the preferred customer option, you do get early access to new programs and products as they come out. You do pay a $15.95 monthly membership fee for this, but then you receive 25% off anything you order from Beachbody. So Shakeology, Energize, Collagen, Beach Bars. And we have tons of products, but even also on tanks and things like that, if you're interested in any of that. And then the third option is what we call our legacy leaders or legacy builders, or business builders. The same thing. There's no additional costs when you sign up. The $40 coach sign up fee is waived when you sign up with your challenge pack. You are going to be sharing your journey. You may have started as a customer, or maybe you're just ready to go on, but what these programs and these supplements can do, and you want to share that with others, and inspire and support others in their journey. You also get early access to the programs and products, just like the preferred customer option, and you pay the same $15.95 monthly membership fee and get the 25% off. If you are a business builder, that $15.95 covers all of your marketing, your coach online office, shipping, and we don't have to ship out any products or keep any products on hand. Beachbody covers all of that for us, which is amazing. The same thing, you can skip or cancel products at any time. You're ready to join our team and community and jump into our mentorship. And you have a vision to really build a business and get that residual income that Rachel was talking about that happens when you build that volume up and earn those team cycle bonuses. And so, you may go back to the other one, Rachel. Okay, so this is just a breakdown of the challenge pack that we talked about. Some of you may have already purchased one, and we can talk about the different options if you have. But when you do get a challenge pack, you get 12 months of the Beachbody On Demand. You get a month of Shakeology or the pre-workout Energize and the post-workout Recover. You get access to both our nutrition programs, which are amazing. All kinds of nutrition tracking tools and things like that. You get a shaker cup and access to the bod groups. And then now you also get your first 30-day free trial to our new body platform, which is our new live workouts, which are so, so cool. And if you haven't tried them, you need to try them because they're amazing. Okay, so if you decide that you want to sign up and join our team as a coach, what happens next? So we'll get you set up with your investment of your products and all the tools that you need to own business. You will then start paying the $15.95 monthly membership fee to get access to your online office. Beachbody does provide amazing trainings in there for new coaches. So all of that in there. And then we will plug you into our new coach training that we lead as a team. This is about a 4-week training. And I went through it several times, but we will walk you through and teach you guys how to do everything that you see us do on social media every day. So adding followers to our social media, inviting other women, following up with people, building connections and building relationships. I had no idea what I was doing when I started, but we will teach you exactly what to do. We have all kinds of resources. You're never in this alone and you never have to recreate the wheel. Like we have systems in place that if you follow them, you will be successful. You do have ongoing one-on-one support with the person that you sign up with. And then also we have messenger pods and we all work together. And so like if somebody signs up with me and I'm not available, they'll message in our new coach pod and somebody else, a leader on our team, will answer that question. So you're never going to be left out to dry. For the mentorship, we do have a weekly team call. It's on Tuesday nights at 8 Central, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And each week we just break it down and teach you guys how to get started and teach you guys something new each week. And then all the secrets sorry, that went away, but that's okay. Just teaching you guys what you need to do in order to be successful. And like I said, I went through it a few times just because like I wanted to build that strong foundation and I wanted to learn more. And what we do every day is not complicated. Like Rachel said, it does take work. But you guys are here because we see something in you that we think would make an amazing coach and somebody that we would want to work with. So, yeah, that's all I have, Rachel. We want to open up for questions or anything else anybody wants to share.
I know that Katie wants to say something, but if you guys have any questions for us, and some of you guys may be watching this back, I know a lot of people wanted the recording. So if you're watching the playback at this point and you have questions, definitely reach out to the person who invited you here or use our group. But if you have questions right now, type in the chat bar or don't be afraid to unmute yourself. But I know that Katie Campbell wanted to share. She was at our retreat this weekend. She is Kimberly's coach and she wanted to share a few words.
Yes, I just wanted to speak on behalf of I just became a coach back in May, and actually I joined as a discount coach as well. I joined Burn Camp, and I'm excited to do the next round too, by the way. But I joined the Burn Camp, and I had such amazing results when I was finished. Like I was fired up. I'm like, I can't keep this to myself. And so I started sharing, and it's been amazing. It's been a huge catalyst in my life. Like I've had monumental growth just since I guess it was June that I started. Sorry. And I really want to speak on behalf of these ladies. Like they are pouring into me and it's so much more than just coaching. Like it's been a wonderful thing for my life in general. So I'm just excited. I learn new stuff every single day. I'm still in the new coach pod. I mean, I can't say a day goes by that I don't learn something new. So I am fired up and ready to continue for sure.
That's awesome. Katie is a very cool soul. I'm so glad I got to be with you this weekend. All right. So that is it. So what happens next is that you will reach out to the person who invited you here. Like I said, if you have questions, don't be shy. We love questions. And this was kind of not a traditional webinar, we didn't share, I guess, like we normally would, but we shared everything you need to know for sure. And what happens next is if you're ready to start your coaching business, basically you get enrolled as a coach. We get you a new coach checklist, and then you get plugged into our weekly Tuesday night new coach trainings. There's actually one happening tonight. As we speak, one of our coaches, Jade, is leading it. And that's where we really get to teach you what's going on. We answer your questions. We walk you through the basics of being a coach. And we just love to mentor you guys. Coaching has changed our life in ways that we never could have imagined. Honestly, I think we can all say that. And we love to teach you how to do the work. We want you to fall in love with the work of serving other women in this way. But we also want to help you grow an income that provides for your family and maybe creates freedom. It's like homeschooling your kids or something else. But anyways, that is all we have. If you guys don't have questions or anything like that, thank you for taking the time to come and listen and learn. We are very prayerful over who will join us next. And it is just always a joy to share. Okay. Bye, you guys. Good night.